righty, welcome aboard. Everybody always looks around from the poker room like, who the hell is that screaming? And that's us, because we are here every Friday rocking and rolling out here at Hialeah Park in the beautiful poker room. Come on by, have some fun, wager on everything going on. We've got tracks all over the country, so you can go to the Champion Simulcast Center. We've got the poker room out here. You can get a little massage while you're at it. It's a beautiful thing, man. Lots of things going on here at Hialeah Park. We always love to have you over here, so come on by and join us.
They got the little bet centers. You could actually go to the machine, make a bet on a horse, and then go sit down and play poker.
Okay, yeah, well, there you go. I mean, there's just so many ways to wager. And then at the same time, you also have the opportunity of getting some great food, which, of course, you can get it right here at Hialeah Park. In fact, Bill right now is stuffing his face with some of that great food. So we'll be out here till 4. We've got a slew of guests. Will Carroll will join us in hour number 2 at 2 o'clock. We'll ask him about some of the key injuries, especially in the AFC and NFC championship games. We'll find out the latest there with some of those injuries. Michelle Kaufman normally joins us on Wednesdays, but she had an interesting week this week. She was at the MLS Media Days, where the entire league was there, and a lot of the media that covers the MLS was there. So she probably has all kinds of nuggets and information for us. Plus, the preseason schedule was released. Now you will find out. We will talk about where they're practicing, so you can go see the Inter-Miami practice in some spots, because practice is also close to the public in certain times too. So we'll talk to Michelle Kaufman about that on the program.
I think it's safe to assume that we will be attending those things right out the blocks.
Yeah.
Yes?
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, it all depends on how much it conflicts with our show. You know what I mean? So we will see. Steve Calabro, the casino manager here, joins us at 3 o'clock, so we can actually talk a little, pick some games, and talk a little NFL, because obviously we pick our parlays for the games, and we have yet to hit on one so far over the last month since we've been doing it. Although we went yesterday 4-3 on our picks in basketball.
We have on the foreplay. We've hit 3 a couple times.
Yeah, but that's not.
It pays. It pays.
But we didn't hit the parlay.
It pays. Yes, it does. Don't you remember he said
But we
that?
haven't hit on any of the 3-team parlays that we've picked.
When we picked 4 teams, we hit 3.
But we're not hitting on all 4 or on all 3 is what I'm saying. We're not.
But we're not a donut. We won some money.
Yeah. Well, I doubt we've won some money overall. Considering how many weeks we've been playing, something tells me we're on the bad end of that one.
We're running red.
But we'll do our best, and we'll see what we can do this week, and we'll talk about those games. And you know, the San Fran Green Bay game. It's an interesting game because of a lot of the storylines, right? You got one quarterback in Garoppolo that wants to make his way and kind of prove to everybody that he's the real deal and a franchise guy. And he's already had some moments in the playoffs where he's had to make some plays, and he's done it, obviously. But these are the times where you get to, like, really elevate yourself. And in a moment like this, for him, he's got a chance to take them to the Super Bowl and then kind of put his own legacy out there, because he was behind Brady for a couple of years. Then he gets traded, and he suffers that injury. So now, he's got an opportunity to kind of justify the contract, justify the belief in him and all that stuff. And it's not to say that Garoppolo is a great quarterback, but this is a great moment for him to say, hey, I'm a franchise guy, and I'm going to prove it. Then on the flip side, you've got the franchise guy in Aaron Rodgers, and he is trying to hang on to the end of his career, because we all know, he's in his mid-30s now. This is not a young pup anymore. He doesn't have a lot of these opportunities left. And so he's got, there's this stigma, and it's not fair to lay it on Rodgers at all, I think, at least in my eyes. It's more on the Packers that you've had a great, great quarterback and you only made it once to the championship. That's something that's got to sting for you a little bit. It's kind of like Drew Brees with the Saints. You had your run and you only got to one of them, and you were able to win it. But that's the beauty, that when you have one of those guys, if you can get to that game, you got a shot, because it's one of those guys that can actually take over a game and carry you and be the difference maker. And Aaron, he's not going to get this stage that many more times. So it's imperative for him to take advantage of this, because you just don't know what waits for you next year. Injuries, so many things. This game is so brutal. And look at Marino. Marino goes in his second year, a lot like Mahomes, second year starting. It's Mahomes' third year, but second year starting. And you think you're going to go back to it over and over again, and you never go back. And Rodgers, he has yet to go back and to win another one. Here's how many more of these opportunities will he get? And that's why there's a lot of interesting storylines, obviously. Green Bay with a first-year head coach getting there. Andy Reid, the coach that you say, hell of a coach, and he's got to get over that hump. And Andy, hell, more than anybody else, needs that championship. He's got to have that championship. It's the only thing missing from his resume. Everything else is impeccable.
Marty Schottenheimer.
Yeah. No,
Makes
definitely.
the playoffs all the time.
Yeah.
Solid, awesome coach. You'd want him every day.
Yep, exactly.
And twice on Sunday.
Yeah.
But that stigma.
Yeah, and so you look at it, and that's where the storylines are pretty cool about this, and how, there's a lot riding for all these individuals. Maybe the only guy is the rookie coach for Green Bay, because he gets there and it's like, well, wait a minute, dude, your first year, you get there to the Super Bowl and you win it? That's pretty charmed right there. It's almost downhill from that point on. You know what I'm saying? So it's funny there. There's not so much desperation there. Of course, you want to prove yourself, right? Because that's really what it's all about, is trying to prove yourself that you're the guy and that you can be the difference maker as a coach. But that the San Fran Green Bay game, there's a lot on the line, man. And if you lose and you're Andy Reid, you're walking away falling short again. If you're Favre and if you're Aaron Rodgers and you walk away, you're wondering, will I get this chance one more time? And with Garoppolo, while you've played well, you haven't played great. You haven't been great this season. Your defense has been great this season. Your running game has been great this season. You've been all right. You've been serviceable. You've been doing a good job, a solid job, but you're supposed to prove you're a franchise quarterback. If you fall short here, then that label is still there. Like, yeah, Jimmy's all right, but I got to see him raise his level of play in big moments, and he's getting them now. So we'll find out. But it's a really, really, really cool scenario when you really look at all the storylines that are involved in this game. And in the end, I got San Francisco. I'm going to go with the team that has the quarterback, not a great one, but a good one right now. They got a hell of a running game, and they got a great defense. Green Bay, it's a defense that has its moments, man. They're pretty good. They're better than I expected them to be. And Pat Mahomes is the bomb. There's no doubt about that. But they face a much more difficult, Pat Mahomes, Aaron Rodgers is as special as it gets. But if Aaron Jones does not dominate this game, I don't know how Rodgers wins it. Because in order for Rodgers to pass the ball, he needs to have a great wide receiving core at this moment against that defense. He doesn't. He has one great receiver in Devontae Adams. He's got some other guys that are serviceable, but he only has one great player in when it comes to pass catching. And that's why I think Jones is going to have to dominate in this game. Because it's going to be hard for Rodgers to be special because that D-line for San Francisco is special. They can get after the quarterback. I don't believe Kansas City will be able to get after I don't believe the Packers will get after the quarterback enough to bother Garoppolo because he can run the ball also with his team. And he's got multiple runners too. I just see a little bit more consistency out of the offense, and it's an offense that I can count on more because they are more known for, hey, let's punch you in the mouth, running the ball. Excellent pass catchers. Green Bay has its moments where there are some ups and downs. And so that's why, to me, this Packers-Niners matchup, it's not going to be a blowout. But I do like the Niners to win the game. Now, I look at the points. That's where I might lean San Francisco. Because if you're going to go over 7, which is where it's at now, I got to go with the Packers. Now, if you're going to go under 7, which I believe, I'll check it now, I don't think it's there. It's still at 7.5. I believe it's still 7.5. And if it is, I'm going to go Niners. I'm going to go Packers on this one because I think they're going to lose. Yes, it's still 7.5.
It hasn't moved. That's where it opened at, right?
I know, but I wanted to check anyway just in case.
Oh, for sure.
Because last night, in fact, I didn't do my basketball segment yesterday right on the show. I forgot it. So when I got home, I recorded it and we posted it on the podcast, those of you that saw it. And the line changed from the line that I had that I would have given. It had changed in a couple games, and I was like, whoa, man, I'm glad I checked it because some people would have looked at me and said, dude, what line are you getting? I wish I had those points, and I don't want it to be like that either, you know what I mean? I want to pick it the way the line is. That way, I can either take the credit for winning or expose that, hey, I'm terrible at picking these games, you know what I mean? So let's just do that. Which, by the way, we are right now 48 and 49. So we're right around there. Let's see if we can get over 500 today with a strong night in the NBA. If you want to get in, 786-322-1105. That's 786-322-1105. Alex is asking me, do you expect Tennessee, Kansas City to be a shootout? No, I don't. If it's a shootout, then Tennessee will lose the game because Ryan will not be able to keep up with Mahomes. So, no. It has to be a low-scoring, in the 20s type game in order for Tennessee to win. If it becomes a game that's over the 30s, I guarantee you that Tennessee has no shot because that means Mahomes is dealing and Ryan cannot do that. So they've got to run the ball, for 200 yards. They've got to slow that clock, speed up that clock and chew it up with long-ass drives and pound the crap out of Kansas City so they can, in the fourth quarter, really weaken them and control the ball. But if Kansas City's able out there to throw the ball and work the offense, and I think we all heard Tyreek Hill yesterday kind of make the declaration, hey, we don't feel anybody can cover us. And he's probably right. I don't know if you really want to tell your opponent, a couple days before the game, hey, we feel nobody can cover us, because that's kind of a slap in the face of whoever you're playing. You know what I mean? And Tennessee's defense is pretty damn good, but I'm not sure if they're good in space. And that's what you're going to have to be in Kansas City because they got guys that can run all over the field and cause all kinds of havoc. And, they Sid Gilman your ass, okay? Sid Gilman was, hey, the field is whatever it is, 94, whatever, 104, whatever feet, whatever, and 50-something or 60-something.
50 yards and 100 yards.
No, but it's more than that. It's, he had the end zones. It's 120 yards.
Well, okay,
so he used to say whatever the field was, but he used to say it in feet, not just in yards, because he would say the width of the field too.
Well, if it's 123,
which is like 50-something. It's an odd
150 feet.
No, it's like an odd number, the width. But anyway, whatever. And he'd say, we're going to use every inch of it. And Andy Reid comes from that school that he's got all that speed on that offense, and he's going to spread it out. I'm not sure if Tennessee is going to be as effective in a physical game. That's their game. You saw it last week against Baltimore. This one's not going to be as physical, and that's where I want to see how athletic they are at this point. Because, man, let me tell you, if Tennessee can slow down the Kansas City offense without, and I'm talking about the defense, if they can control that offense, that'll be impressive. Not controlling it just by Derrick Henry, 7-8 minute drives. That's not what I'm talking about, okay? But if defensively that secondary can cause problems to Pat Mahomes and that pass game, wow. That's going to be awesome. That's going to be awesome to watch, okay? Because and once again, that will make Ryan Tannehill's life super easy. Okay, kind of like what it's been this year. Super easy. Only got to make a couple throws in every game. That's it. You don't have to throw for a lot of yards. We're not requiring you to carry us. You don't have to throw the ball 30 times. Now, in this game, if it gets to the point where he's throwing 25 plus, 30 times plus, I'm telling you, Tennessee loses this game. Because he's not Russell Wilson, and he's not Pat Mahomes, and he's not Aaron Rodgers, and he's not Tom Brady, and he's not any of those kind of guys. So he's not going to be able to hang with those kind of guys. It's Derrick Henry has to control this game, and that defense has to, especially at secondary, has to play lights out. Absolutely. No doubt about that. Anyway, if you want to get in on the accidentlawfirm.com text line, it's 786-322-1105. That's 786-322-1105 if you want to get in on the program as we take you till 4, actually. We got a nice 3-hour slot today. We're only doing 5 hours of radio today. Come on. It's not a big deal. It's, anybody can do this. It's a beautiful thing. So we can have some fun here. If you want to get in on the program, you want to give us your thoughts on the accidentlawfirm.com text line. The other thing that we got to talk a little bit about on the show is Joe Burrow's dad. I don't know if you guys saw this, but I thought it was pretty funny. Joe Burrow's dad was asked. Now, he's got to say all the right things, right? I mean, if he's smart, he is going to be complimentary about any and every team that's out there, right? But we all know that Joe Burrow is locked and loaded for the Cincinnati Bengals, right? He's the number 1 pick. There's no other way around it. They're going to take Joe Burrow, and he's in Ohio. Well, actually, he was raised in Ohio. He wasn't really born in Ohio. He was raised in Ohio. But anyway, Joe Burrow's father, Jimmy, says his son would be happy with the Bengals. He told the Montreal's TSN 690 radio, he says he's excited to even be in that conversation. And if the Bengals do draft him, he's going to be happy. The younger Burrow was born in Ames, Iowa, grew up, dude, can you like turn off your mic? He grew up in Ohio and attended Athens High School in Plains, Ohio, about 3 hours away from Cincinnati. All right, so he's going to be the number one guy. And, I mean, listen, I'm not surprised that you heard that from his dad because if you remember the Heisman speech, I mean, Joe Burrow's a good kid, man. The way he carried himself, the way he talked about where he grew up and the people that he grew up around and how they don't have a lot and where they come from and all of that. And I thought it was just absolutely awesome to watch him, carry himself that way. I thought it was really, really cool. And I became a fan of Joe Burrow. And look, there's no doubt that I would like to see the Miami Dolphins have the number one pick. But I'm not going to get into all that craziness of, oh, well, if they do this, and that. I'm not dealing in the hypotheticals. They're not going to be able to trade up. Cincinnati's not going to trade down. It's not going to happen. But I do want to say this. It's really classy of him to say that. But do they really think that deep down inside? Does Joe Burrow it's only human nature. You're going to a franchise that is a perennial loser. You're going to play for an owner that's a perennial loser. You're going to play for an owner that never has been committed to winning. How does that not go through your mind? Right? You have to think it, man. I've been in this business for 30 years. I've worked with all kinds of companies, and I know when a company doesn't have it and they don't have the money or the owner doesn't have the wherewithal, the intelligence, the talent, whatever. I've seen it. I've witnessed it. I've lived it. And it's demoralizing. And it's hard because while you want to be a professional and you want to do the best job that you can possibly do, and I've been in those situations, and I promise you I've done the best that I can do. Oh, there's no doubt in my mind that I felt good about that always, because I've always been that person that I kind of compartmentalize all of it, and I know that, okay, well, this station doesn't know what they're doing, and the program director is a moron, or the owner is clueless or broke or whatever. Okay, I got to control what I can control, and I'm going to do the best with what I can do. Okay, because obviously in this job or in this profession, I have to count on myself, on Bill. Forget about the periphery. You know what I mean? We got to be able to be doing this on our own. So that way, I no longer work for a corporation anymore. I am a corporation now. And people have come over to listen to us now because of what we've established for 30 years. You know what I mean? And we're blessed for that. And if you're Joe Burrow or you're his dad, how are you not thinking what John Elway was thinking when he was headed for the Colts? Because at that time, the Colts were a mess. They were a joke at that time. Okay, I mean, Irsay is a joke, and they won their championship and all that, but, Irsay hired Bill Polian. That helps. Yeah, let me hire one of the greatest GMs to ever do it. Yeah, there we go. Or how can you not be Manning? When Father Manning, Archie, played for a terrible franchise and got mortalized, as the Stooges would say, when Peyton and Eli, Peyton ended up in a good place. Eli did not. And they knew that he was headed to Dean Spanos. You know what I mean? And there have been moments where the Chargers have had some good teams, but it's just like it's in spite of Spanos why they have them. It's not because of Spanos. And Archie knew that. And Eli knew that, and they took the hardline approach. So it's interesting that to hear the father talk that way, but there's a part of me that just, there's no way you believe that, dude. There's no way in the world that you're telling me that you're going to go to Cincinnati and you're going to go in there gung-ho and thinking that everything's positive when nobody has been able to elevate that franchise under that loser. You got to feel like, wow, dude. Yeah, it's great to play in LSU. It's great to win a championship. It's great to be the number 1 overall pick. But, man, I'm ending up in Cincinnati. Ugh. Now, and again, folks, I'm not talking about the city. Nothing against the city. Nothing against the people. I've been to Cincinnati. It's a nice place. Love the White Castle right by the river. I remember it very well visiting it. Okay? All right? I'm nothing wrong with Cincinnati. All right? I'm just talking about the owner and the way the team has been run. That's all. I just want to make sure, because we have listeners in Cincinnati, and I just want to make sure that the folks in the Natty know that I'm not picking on the Natty. I'm just picking on Mike Brown. And I wouldn't want to work for him. I wouldn't want to play for him. I wouldn't want to coach for him. I wouldn't want to deal with Mike Brown at all. If I'm an agent, I don't want any of my players there. Think about it. What agent gets a positive call from their client in Cincinnati? It's impossible. The only positive they must get is when they high-five their agent for a new contract and a signing bonus and all that. But there's no way they're calling them to brag about, dude, what a great franchise this is. What a great coaching staff. Man, we are headed in the right. I really thank you, man, for leading me here to free agency and telling me this is where you need to sign.
I got one back in the day. A second stringer, one of the NFLans gets in trouble, and now he's the starter. How about that?
What?
Well, because they had all the NFLans.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
So the NFLan gets in trouble,
Yeah.
and now he slides to the starting spot.
Yeah, but
that would be the one scenario. How about that?
No, but eventually the NFL gets tired of losing, and then tells his agent, like, man, yeah, I know I'm starting, man, but I need to start somewhere else because I want to play in Pittsburgh. I want to play, and they just start mentioning the winning teams.
I don't think they've ever. I'm thinking of Takeo Spikes and Corey Dillon. They never keep them guys. Them guys always walk away from there.
Yeah. Oh, Cincinnati?
Yeah. I'm sitting here and trying to think of somebody that's,
Carson
stayed.
Palmer maybe stayed most of his career. Yes. I mean, he played a couple years at the end in Oakland and Arizona.
Right.
So it's not
but he was there for a solid 10.
Corey Dillon was mostly of his career. When the back end, when he went to the Patriots, he didn't. It was like a little bit of left in the tank, but most of the good part of his career was spent in Cincinnati. By the way, the guy that's about to leave now, AJ Green.
Yeah,
it's like 8 years.
Yeah.
I mean, whatever's left of AJ Green's career, he gave the best of his years to Cincinnati. You know what I mean? So they've been able to keep a couple guys around that they were able to pay. But again, it's like you never walk away satisfied with your career in Cincinnati because if the owner actually committed, you might have won something. But you never are going to win in Cincinnati. So that's why Joe Burrow's dad can say all the right things.
Don't you think he's got to kind of say that because they're from that area? You got to kind of handle kid gloves. You know what I mean? You don't bash where you're from.
I think he would say it for any team.
Oh, just being politically correct.
I think his dad is a classy guy.
Well, he's he's a coach. He's old school.
Yeah,
Look
look how his kid handled the Heisman speech, dude. It was like you were like, wow, man, you could be my son anytime.
Him changing the spelling of his name the last game, senior day, just to be with the people.
Yeah,
he's very accommodating.
He just looks like a good dude, man, and he's got great upbringing, obviously. That's kind of usually, of course, there are some people that, they're able to overcome their, screwed up, situation and they come out good. But yeah, he just looks it. But I just laugh because There's a part of me that says he won't say it publicly ever, but something tells me that the Burrows don't believe a damn thing about that. And there's no way you can be looking at that Bengals situation in any way, shape, or form in a positive light. Dougie Fresh says, let Tanny get down by more than 10, and reality will grab the mic and sing, "Here I am, rock you like a hurricane." Yes, I'm with you. And that's what will end up happening if that happens. Now, if, of course, Derrick Henry dominates, then, yeah, you can definitely expect them to, have a good chance of winning.
Got to watch that clock. 2 or 3 seconds left. Don't snap the ball until it's all the way down.
Yep, you're right about that. All right, let me tell you about Toyota of Hollywood. We were there yesterday, hanging out. We'll be there again, actually, next Sunday, correct?
Saturday, Craig's in.
We're not going to be there Sunday. On Thursday because we're all week at the Senior Bowl, and so we can't be Thursday at Toyota of Hollywood because that'll be our last day at the Senior Bowl. We'll travel on Friday. And we are going to be there next Sunday. So if you want to get a great deal, get on down to Toyota of Hollywood. They're a couple of blocks south of that big, beautiful guitar on the Turnpike, 1841 North State Road 7. They've got over 1,500 cars and trucks in stock. Some great deals, up to 50% or less. They are the number one volume sales dealership when it comes to Toyotas in the Southeast United States, folks. That's why you want to get on down there. 400,000 square feet. It is a ginormous place. So when you want to get a Corolla or you want to get a Tundra, whatever car you're looking for, you're going to have a wide variety, a hell of a selection. Take it from a guy that just bought a vehicle there about a month ago, actually. I don't even think it's a month
yet.
You've
had your car for a month?
Not yet. 3 weeks.
You just got your tag.
Yeah, just over 3 weeks. Just got the tag. Haven't put it on yet. I got to put it on. It's in my car. It's in my back seat. If I get pulled over, they're going to ask me, "Oh, where's it?" Well, it's in the back seat. I'm lazy. I haven't been able to put it on. I've got all the screws. I can put it on right now, officer. Anyway, so if you see, a Aqua-like Camry XSE for Hialeah Police, and maybe if I cut through the springs a little bit, give me a break, okay? And when I get home, I'll put on the tag. But anyway, get on down to Toyota of Hollywood and get yourself a brand new vehicle, buy it, lease it, whatever you do, put on that license tag. So get your tickets to Rockville, okay? Get your passes. It is May 8 and 9, and 10 in Daytona Beach, of course. And we're going to be there all 3 days. We're going to be doing interviews, all kinds of stuff. We got 3 pairs of passes for the entire weekend to give away here on the show. Yes. So, if you want your chance to win a pair of tickets, a pair of bands, that's what it is. It's not tickets. It's a pair of bands that you wear all weekend and you walk in all 3 days, which, by the way, for those of you that don't know, Metallica is there. They're doing 2 nights. They close out 2 nights, 2 different sets. I can't say enough about that,
dude,
bro.
50, 60 Metallica songs? Man, are you kidding me?
I can't say enough about that. Disturbed is there. And if you've never seen Disturbed live, trust me, you want to see Disturbed live. Okay?
I finally did.
So awesome.
Wow.
Right? They're fantastic.
I will never miss them again.
Have you seen Godsmack live?
I did with you.
Oh, yeah, you did with me recently.
Yes, and I got to see
so good.
Your girl.
That's right.
Lizzie Hale.
That's right. Leonard Skinner is there. Deftones, which I know my boy here loves freaking Deftones.
Awesome.
Yeah, maybe Chino comes to the tent and we have Chino Moreno on as
we did shake hands with Chino that one time at Pompano.
Yeah, but we'll hopefully we'll get Chino
to hang out.
Something tells me Chino's the kind of guy that shows up and does the interview. So I think we'll get Chino on from Deftones. I just got a good Metallica. I don't think there's a shot in hell we get them. But if they come to the tent, we'll be there, I guarantee you, and we'll do it. But anyway, Social Distortion's there, The Offspring, Stained, I'm not a Lamb of God guy, but if you like a Lamb of God, go ahead. Enjoy yourself. Rancid, Dropkick Murphys, watch out with the skinheads. Mastodon, love Mastodon. I knew nothing about Mastodon. I went to Red Rocks to go see Primus. Mastodon was opening up. They are good, man. They can sing. They play hard. They're good. Gojira, I don't know much about them. Alter Bridge, love Alter Bridge. Pretty Reckless is not bad. Royal Blood, Anthrax, I love it. Oh, that's gonna be good. That's actually one of my favorite bands in this list is Anthrax. I love Anthrax, man. Joey Belladonna is an absolute badass. Have you ever heard Joey Belladonna do Dio? Have you seen Anthrax live yet?
Seen him twice.
Yeah, you saw him with me, Motorhead.
Seen him twice.
And
we saw him
with Voice of Extreme,
Slayer,
right?
Slayer.
It was
Fillmore.
that Fillmore one.
Yes.
Yes,
Slayer.
Exactly. Yes.
That was within 8 months we saw him twice.
And you saw they always do a Dio song.
Yes.
So Joey Belladonna does a great Dio, bro.
Hey, man.
An excellent Dio.
Anthrax has some really good musicians,
they're awesome.
Man. They're all
I love
they
Anthrax.
do their own solo
Anthrax.
stuff. They're very accomplished.
No, I love it. Ghost Main, I know nothing about. Hell yeah, I do. I like them. Hollywood Undead. I like the Bad Wolves. They're there also. Sleeping with Sirens, Of Mice and Men, The Darkness, Code Orange, Power Trip, Dance, Gavin Dance, Motionless in White, Knock Loose, City Morgue, Sick of It All, Angonist Front, Ginger, Dinosaur Pile Up, a whole bunch of other ones. Oh, New Year's Day. I like New Year's Day. There we go. From the Gods, Goodbye, Airborne, Counterfeit, Tooth Grinder, I don't know. Whole bunch of other ones. Let me see if there's anything else that I know. Oh, Hero the band. I like Hero. Joyous Wolf. I like also. So there you go. Those are a bunch of bands. We got 111 days, 21 hours and 17 minutes till it takes off. So we are going to give those passes away. We're going to do it. You know what I'm thinking? It's May 8, 9, and 10. I'm going to go April 8th. I'm going to do it. So it's a month ahead, so you have time to get a hotel. I don't want to give it the week before.
That would be a lot.
Yeah, because then if they got to get a room or whatever, but I want to give people time to get in on it. So send us, all right, on the accidentlawfirm.com text line, 786-322-1105. And April 8th, we will pick the winners, and you will be contacted by yours truly, and you will, if you win, you're in, and I hope to see you there. All right?
You know what we're going to have to do with Metallica? You're going to have to talk to your girl with Rockville and get it set up months in advance. Remember, somebody was telling us about
hold on a
when
second.
they go out on tour. It's like you talk to us in these 2 weeks, and that's it. Once we get rolling, they're done.
The other thing is the interviews aren't only those 3 days that we may do it. From now on, leading to the
right,
we might get. Well, not might. We are going to get artists that are going to be calling us to promote the festival and promote their appearance at the festival. Which, by the way, it's a hell of a lineup, man. One awesome freaking lineup, man. I love this lineup.
When you were in Jacksonville,
yes,
a couple years ago,
yep,
that whole area was inundated, right? Hotels, like if you're gonna go, you need to be like on the go a couple months before because you're gonna.
No, but we're a little lucky. That's Jacksonville. Daytona is a tourist destination.
Yes.
So they're going to have.
It's a little bit different.
And they're going to have a ton of hotels, dude. Because the beach.
Yeah.
The label is the world's most famous beach is Daytona, right? So that's, this is better for them.
It's a little bit better tourist.
Yeah, that's why maybe Jacksonville, I would have done it 2 months ahead of time. Because of the limited.
It's the only thing that I'm upset about it not being in Jacksonville.
No, don't. Because you want to stay at Skinner's house.
Dude, I want to stay at Leonard Skinner 38th, man.
I knew that. I knew you were going to say that.
That would just one night. Just one night. You know how cold
that would be?
No,
you're right. I personally, for me, I would have loved it.
Remember how it had that?
Plus, we're going to see Skinner.
Yeah.
At the
they
show.
are there, yes.
You know what I mean? So there you go. Again, the accidentlawfirm.com text line, 786-322-1105 if you want to enter in on the passes for Rockville. And the other thing is, if you want to get in, besides you want to say anything, comment on something, go ahead. You want to be a sponsor of our, program, you can reach out to us on the accidentlawfirm.com text line, 786-322-1105. Or you can DM me on Twitter at Big O Show. The DMs are always open, so you can slide in, okay? And so Halle Berry, Jennifer Aniston, you're more than welcome to slide into my DMs anytime you want. Just, I want to throw it out there. You never know. Halle Berry could just download our podcast one day, and she gets the message. You know what I'm saying? You just never know. Just got to throw it out there. It's one of those things. It's possible. Let me live the dream. Okay? All right, so we got that going on. Heat, they're back in action tonight against the Thunder. So it's Thunder or Queensryche. And John 5. John 5 is opening up for Queensryche. That's going to be awesome, too. So I'm looking forward to that. That's going to be fun tonight at the Culture Room. Little John 5 and Queensryche. Anybody going to the Culture Room tonight for Queensryche? Let me tell you something. Just in case you're a Queensryche fan, or you used to be a Queensryche fan and all that good stuff, I just want you to know that this Queensryche is excellent. I know it's not Jeff Tate, but they do a great job, and I'm forgetting now the gentleman's name that replaced Jeff Tate. He sounds excellent. Does a really, really good job. And then John 5, obviously, you all know him, David Lee Roth and Marilyn Manson and Rob Zombie and all that stuff. So John 5 is one hell of a guitarist. You think he's got some credits in his John 5? You think he's got some credits in his resume?
The names you were just rambling off, man. It's pretty impressive.
Yeah. So, he's all right. He's worked with Rob Halford, Meatloaf and Ozzy Osbourne and the Scorpions and Slash and stuff like that. He's just a guy. Just a guy.
Every one of the bands you mentioned is that you have to be an artist. You have to be a badass.
Yeah, no.
Bottom line, you have to be.
This guy's a badass. So he can jam. John 5 is going to be fun tonight.
I had no idea. Now I'm looking forward to seeing this guy.
Oh, John 5?
Yes,
yeah,
sir.
Man, for sure, dude. For sure. Alex Diaz says, my wife would die to see Disturbed. Well, take her, bro. Take her. What are you waiting for? And obviously, sign up. Try to win the tickets. If you don't win the tickets, well then, I'm sorry about that, but take her, man. And say, hey, my wife was, she loved Paris. And so you got to step up sometimes, Alex. And let me tell you something. When they do Sound of Silence from Simon and Garfunkel, wow. And when you hear it live, it is awesome. Disturbed when they do that?
I can tell you exactly when it was. Because you went and saw Greta Van Fleet in Denver or at Red Rocks.
Yes.
So September 23rd, 22nd, something like that?
Yeah, it was 22nd and 23rd.
I will never miss them again.
Oh, Disturbed? No, of course not.
Godsmack, another one. I will not miss
And that was
Godsmack.
a hell of a concert because you got to see New Year's Day and Disturbed, right?
Them Evils.
Oh, it was Them Evils.
The girl.
Oh, no. Them Evils is not the girl. Oh, no. Wait a minute. I'm sorry. We're getting it confused. It's not New Year's Day. It's In This Moment, bro. That's who you saw.
Yes.
In This Moment. You saw Maria. Maria is the lead singer. The curvaceous one that sings.
The cultist type.
The only thing you missed, the only thing that she didn't do Fly Like an Eagle in yours. She did it in mine. I thought she would. I thought that was like a staple in every show. If you ever want to hear, Fly Like an Eagle from Steve Miller. If you ever want to hear like a really cool version of it, completely different, by the way, listen to In This Moment. Go on YouTube and find In This Moment, Fly Like an Eagle live. Okay? I think it's only live. She doesn't have it on, I don't think she has it on any of her albums. But yeah, check that out. That will blow you away. She's got one hell of a voice, man. And In This Moment also puts on one hell of a show, too. That's the other thing. So there you go. All right, 786-322-1105 if you want to get in on the program, or you want to try and win a pair of passes to Rockville, baby. May 8, 9, and 10. We are giving away 3 pairs. Okay? The other requirement is if you go, you got to track us down. Find us somewhere. Okay? Say hi to us. Love to meet you. Have some fun. All that good stuff. And, the interesting part is that by the time we do that, we're going to do we do things on this podcast that nobody does, right? We got our own text line, right? We do live shows all over because we're really not a podcast. We're really a live radio show that gets podcasted, right? How many podcasts are going to have their own office? That's coming too. We're grinding away, baby. So you might have a place to go pick up those tickets. We don't have to meet you somewhere, actually. Like, yeah, meet us at Hialeah Park, and you can pick up the tickets there when we're at Hialeah Park, or meet us at whatever. No. Soon. We are growing, baby, every single day, and we thank all of you out there for that. Ian from Brooklyn says, like button. Yes, that's right. Make sure you like the while you're watching on the YouTube broadcast, make sure you give us a little like there. Jay says, good afternoon. Good afternoon, Jay. Let's see, what else do we have here? Dougie says, oh, I already read that one from Dougie. What else do we have here? Okay. Diaz says, and we met the Stones as well, got autographs as well. It was great. Okay. All right, you met the Stones. Nice for you, Alex. That's pretty good, bro. If you met the Stones, that's fantastic. Did you meet Keith Richards? Was he able to, even stand and talk? So I don't know what they do. They must do something. They got to have, some puppeteer at the top of the stage. And then we don't see the strings, but, I don't know. Something's going on. There's no way you saw Keith Richards live, right? Did you see Keith? I could see the other guys, but Keith Richards, that man is, that I tell you right there, that is a freak of all freaks. Okay? That's all I can tell you. Let's see. Did you change the logo? I deleted it and did a new search and found it, and it's all up to date. I resubscribed. Okay, well, thank you very much for resubscribing. And you can subscribe to SoundCloud, iTunes, Spotify, Stitcher. Hey, what do you say about those? Gary Clark Jr. is the best guitarist in the game right now. And who is your personal favorite guitarist right now and why? That's a phenomenal question, man. I'm a huge Joe Bonamassa guy. I'll tell you, Jake Kiszka is growing on me from obviously Greta Van Fleet. New type of guitarist. Richie Faulkner. Love Richie Faulkner from Judas Priest, man. I just read an article last night from Richie where he was talking about how he has all these new ideas for the new up-and-coming Judas Priest album that he's excited to get to the studio and put together a new Priest album. I'm excited because Firepower is freaking phenomenal, man. And I thought Richie was excellent in that album. So Richie Faulkner is another guy there that I absolutely love as a guitarist. Those are a couple guys I can give you. Hey, Big O, I was watching the video from back when you interviewed that offensive lineman from Mississippi State at East-West Shrine game. I like that kid. I think the Dolphins should take a flyer on him in the later rounds. He interviewed well, spoke a little fast at times, but you did a good job of making him comfortable. Go Fins. Thank you very much. And I believe you're talking about Darrell Williams from Mississippi State, the center. Yeah, he looked like a good kid, right? And he had a great attitude about him. I like him too, and I thought he played well. I think he's a guy that, you're right, in the third day of the draft, that's one of those projects that you take. And again, they're projects, but I would take a chance on him, no doubt. Who do you think is underperforming the most and in risk of being traded from the Panthers? My brother, I got to tell you something. Outside of Huberdeau and Barkov and Trocheck, anybody and everybody is tradable. And if this team doesn't make a run in the playoffs, okay, not just make the playoffs, I need you to get into the second round at least. You need to blow up the roster. You need to blow it up and blow it up good. Okay? Matheson, whatever, and I know he scored yesterday, whatever, move him. Okay? I mean, I don't think you can move him because the salary is ridiculous, but Bob is, I'll tell you, man, that's unacceptable the way he's playing. From day one, he has not played up to the level of a $10 million player. Hey, Bob, you signed that contract, dude. Shayna, they bought their tickets. They knew what they were getting into. I say, let them crash. So have you seen Airplane, point, counterpoint? That's what I'm talking about. Bob, you bought your ticket. You knew when you were signing that contract, they were going to demand excellence from you, how you normally play. You're not playing like that. You're not living up to and no more of this bull crap, okay? Because I really would love to say the other word. Well, he's a slow starter. Dude, we're mid-January now. I heard that excuse in October. Then, it's only November. Well, we're in December, and now we're mid-January. Oh, and now he's banged up. I'm just saying. Okay? I'm just saying, and I'm not O.J. Simpson saying I'm just saying.
Sir?
Yes.
I'm going to have to apply the brakes. We got to get ready for Will Carroll.
Okay. Another guy says, just another PR stunt by the NFL. Big O, miss you on Sirius. Well, dude, we'll be on tomorrow, 3 to 7. But you don't have to miss us at all. We're on demand anytime you want right here at Big O Radio Show. You can go to the website, bigoradioshow.com, all of that. All right? Let's take a quick break. We'll come back on the other side. Will Carroll, the injury expert. Let's find out about the most important injuries in the NFL. We do that with Will Carroll next.